there'll be conflict of interest if I start reviewing my performance. So I think we'll have to put a PIL to judge my performance, as the skipper. But also you have to see, more than the series win and everything, what's really is happening, what are the segments, where we are lacking, where we have to improve as a team, because it's not about the leader, I'm there, somebody else will come. But what's more important to see, the areas where we are lacking, what are the departments, which has to improve, especially when it comes to in the shorter format. And I feel it's the bowling department. We have kept asking the same question, whenever we come outside. We don't have a seaming all-rounder, so let's not even go to that topic. But it's the fast bowlers, how at times they give away those easy boundaries, and that in turn puts a lot of pressure. And so if you see this series, if you compare the bowling line, the whole lineup, it's a relatively inexperienced bowling lineup. Ishant is somebody who has played a lot of international cricket, but if you see the ODI format, is not somebody who has been consistently part of the format. Umesh has been somebody who has been on and off, and at the same time there are others who made their debut also in this tournament. So what we have to assess right now is how good the individuals are, how they are doing, what's the rate of their development, because you have to groom. At the end of the day, I've always said we need to groom our youngsters. We won't find complete products, we have to groom them, make them play, and at the end of it, you'll find good players, who will service the team for a long time. No, it's not about the biggest disappointment. If you see the three games, they were close games. First two games we thought, maybe 10 or 15 more runs would have been good. But also you have to see, if we had those 10 to 15 runs, they would have batted slightly differently, and they would have put more pressure on our bowlers. So there was definitely pressure on the bowlers. Today, if you see, I felt, on and off the bowling was decent. But we did let down with our fielding. The best fielders in the group, they actually left quite a few deliveries, and you accumulate those 15 runs or maybe more, then the change around could have happened. So I felt in this game, it was the fielding that has let us down. If you're getting a chance to play for a country, irrespective of what the situation is, it can't be unfair, and that's what you have to communicate to them. A lot of time what happens is, because of the media scrutiny and all, people who tend to bat at 5 and 6, at times the thinking becomes, okay, I've gone in now after the 43rd or 44th over, let's look to play, show as if I'm hitting, don't get out, go back saying you are not out, and everyone is happy. But that's the kind of culture you don't want to form in the team. And I feel when it comes to these youngsters, even Manish, when he went into bat in the last game, there was no question of having a hesitation in the mind of playing a big shot, and that is something that you have to encourage. And at the end of the day, the captain and the selectors, they are there to look at specifically that thing, because that tells a lot about the character of the individual. You want brave people in the side. Winning and losing is something that keeps on happening, ups and downs are part and parcel, but you want good characters in the side. And as far as the two youngsters in this game is, I always felt, personally, that's always better to play games. It may be tough, it may be big game, but whenever you play big games, what happens, it gives you more experience than just one ODIs, and I feel, that's what would have happened to them. And you are right, if you see the three games that we have played, it's a top four that have really batted. After that, everybody has batted like 12 balls, 13 balls, 14 balls, so you can't really judge their performance, but still you can judge the character of the individual just on the basis of the 10 or 12 deliveries that they have faced.